Do I need to speak Italian to study in Italy? Is it easy to find a flat? How expensive is it to live here? Here's what you need to know if you want to study in this country.
Milan in Lombardy, the region of Italy with the most international students. And who better to tell us about studying here than an actual student?
Hi! Hello!
I'm meeting with Diana Piñeros, who has been living in Italy for 2 years.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
So, you are from France. Tell me, why did you decide to study here?
I decided to come here for various reasons. My course specifically sort of the international reputation and the fact that it was like more technical, and especially just the culture in Italy is fascinating. I mean, you can easily do day trips to like the most beautiful cities in the world, and I just think it's just such a sort of enriching environment to study in.
Here, for example, there are many programs in English, but would you recommend coming here without the language?
I gave myself the challenge. I thought, okay, I'll give myself 3 months to learn the language. I think it does make the experience much more enriching and fulfilling, in my opinion, but I wouldn't say it like hinders you in your everyday life.
Founded in 1863, the Politecnico di Milano is the first university in Italy to offer all Master of Science programs in English. Professor Stefano Ronchi told me about the programs here.
How big are the English programs for international students, and how important is that for the university?
We have over 30 Master of Science programs taught in English, and we attract students from all over the world. 30% of our master students are coming from outside Italy. Why is that important for us? The first reason is that we aim to be a real international hub. The second reason is because we work closely together with companies, and companies are asking for graduates from our architecture, design, and engineering courses coming from all over the world.
Italy is in the top 10 most popular countries worldwide for international studies, hosting around 125,000 students from abroad. Most of them come from China, Romania, Albania, Iran, and India. The country has a long academic history. In 1088, one of the oldest universities in the world was founded in the city of Bologna. Historical figures like mathematician and astronomer Nicolaus Copernicus and Pope Alexander VI studied there. Tuition fees in Italy vary. Public universities charge from 900 to 4,000 euros a year. But you also need to pay your rent and living expenses.
Now I'm meeting with a student who just bought groceries, so let's talk about prices.
This is Spencer from the USA.
Hi! Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for coming here.
Of course. Look
So, what do you have here?
I got a lot for just 15 euros.
What?
Pepperoni, penne, 4 tomatoes, arugula, milk, tomato focaccia, 10 eggs, and 3 tortillas.
But what about rent? Is it easy to find a place here?
Rent is a little bit more expensive in Milan, and I've lived in a couple of different places, but I finally found a place that I'm really happy with, so I'd be happy to show you.
Oh, really?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Spencer came to Italy on a Fulbright scholarship.
Ooh. Nice.
Welcome to my apartment.
Wow, nice.
And he shares the apartment with another student. Obviously, not everyone can afford a place like this.
Well, the university doesn't offer a lot of student dorms within the city of Milan, and many of their dorms are further away from the campus. I wanted an apartment that was really close to the campus. I was able to find this apartment after quite a bit of searching. Usually for an apartment in the center, the apartments can be about 1,400 per month, and on the outside of the city, they're around 900 for a one-bedroom.
Imagine visiting Milan Cathedral.
Or just walking around while studying here. Is it really a dolce vita?
I'm meeting 2 students from Iran and Brazil to find out more about their lives here.
So guys, how is life here? How do you like it?
I really love everything about the life here, like the lifestyle, the culture that they have. In the end of the day, having an aperitivo, a drink. This is absolutely my favorite part about it. Like when I first came here, I was so focused only on the studies, but then with time I learned to balance that. But in the end of the day, I also enjoy everything that Milan has to offer.
What is the most difficult thing about living here?
Housing can be really hard because students coming with apartment expectation and they need to lower the expectation to some rooms. And also something that's better to keep in mind is that some landlords expect students to have guarantee or stable bank account.
Also the bureaucracy, like when you come as an international student, you have to get a lot of documents and everything takes like months.
Is it a student job enough to live here?
When we talk about student jobs, we need to mention which city we are talking about. I can say in Milan it's not enough. We need to have another source of money because the living wage is too high. But in some cities, I know it is possible.
Most people don't know about it is that depending on your degree, you can't find a job on the first semester or even the first year. Not because you're not allowed, but because we have classes all day long.
So we've talked to international students, but what do locals say about living here?
I suggest to study very, very hard. Exams here are quite difficult. So don't come here thinking about this as a vacation, because it's not. Though it is quite hard, Italian people tend to be very welcoming with the foreigners.
If you are in big cities, a lot of people know English, so it's not a problem. But if you are studying in smaller cities, it could be a problem. The rents are quite cheap if you are not in a big city like Milan, Rome or Florence. The life in here as a student is quite nice because we have a lot of activities and we have a very nice nightlife.
So, off to Italy then?
Where shall we go to next? Tell us in the comments. Ciao belli!